Well, the Cowboys are going to be terrible.
Let's go.
Snap to Prescott. Handoff. There's a little screen to Elliott. Great block outside. 10, 5, touchdown.
The whole nation thought we were going to lose, and we came out, we shocked the world. And the crazy thing about it is we could have played so much better.
The Sea-Boys.
And a huge hit is put on him by Jalen Smith, and that might be it for tonight for Alvin Kamara.
And the defense plays like that. That was incredible. Tip your hat to Dallas. Thought those guys did a good job tonight.
Nice try, Saints.
Played a heck of a game.
The ball's intercepted. Jordan Lewis intercepted Drew Brees. The first Cowboy takeaway of the night.
And obviously that's the biggest play in the game, to be able to take the ball away on that last drive.
The only defense in the NFL not to allow a 30-point game this season, the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? How about them?
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Woo! Steven! A! Where is he? Can't find him. Don't see him. Can't hear him. Got on the New York City subway this morning, car full of folks, and I had to say one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, can I just get your attention for just a few moments, please? I'll be performing no acts nor asking for any money, and if I could just have one moment of your time, all I need is the answer to one question. One question and one question only. I'll put it to you listening at home, you driving in your car. I'll put it to the boys back in Bristol. Cerruti running the show, Nuno riding shotgun, and Bubba on the board. Just one simple answer. That's all I'm looking for. That in the presence of Stephen A. Smith. One simple answer. You ready for the question? How about them Cowboys? It's the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, and on ESPN News. You can join the revelry. You can join the gloating. You can join the celebration. 888-729-3776. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and it won't just be Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints related. We're going to talk about Chargers Steelers. We're going to talk about Big 12 championship game, Big 10 championship game, SEC championship game. I'm going to tell you the way the playoff scenario should work out, but we start with Straight Talk. Brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Best phones, best networks, no contracts. Bubba, how about them Cowboys?
Wow. How about that? I couldn't even sleep last night.
Electric.
So amped up.
I did not sleep. I did not sleep.
Yeah, last night had to be the first night you guys responded to a group text.
Here we go.
Who's that talking? Who was that?
The guy who predicted that the Cowboys would have won. They were going to win yesterday.
All I heard was chirps. Chirp, 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 chirp. Parakeet. Where are you? Nuno the parakeet. Chirp, chirp, chirp. All I know is it was 13-10. Dallas Cowboys over the New Orleans Saints.
10 points.
It wasn't even that close.
10.
Wasn't even that close. That defense held them to 10, Bubba.
Unbelievable. Not even really 10.
Yeah, right. It wasn't even 10 because the truth of the matter is 7 of those points were referee assisted. I don't know how many penalties they got, but I know it was at least 3 third-down conversions and a non-call on a push-off in the end zone. And don't get me wrong today, Saints fans. I have no hatred towards you. In fact, let's call it geographical love. I feel like you're a nearby neighbor, at least a place we go on bachelor parties and for a good time. So I got some love from New Orleans. But the truth is the referees were awful. Man, we got to do something about that. We're going to have to call
they were awful for both sides.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even close.
Both sides had awful calls. Game, like moments where the game's outcome was being decided. Hinge moments. Determined by the drop of a yellow flag. If this keeps up, we're going to have to call it flag ball, not football.
They said on the broadcast last night that was the most experienced officiating crew they have in the NFL.
Yeah, but Walt Anderson, the head official last night, he's got a history of throwing a lot of flags. His crews throw a ton of flags. They've got to learn something here. We'd rather have, a wild, wild west game than a highly adjudicated game. I'd rather see a game where you go, why didn't they call that? Than a bunch of calls you're going, why did they call that? Err towards the side of no flag. But come on, we're not focused on that. Focused on that W, baby. In all seriousness, where's Stephen A. Smith? I couldn't find him on First Take. I had to look around. I couldn't find him. I mean, it's a big day. One would suggest it's a day of accountability. but not when I walked out on the set of First Take today. Check this out.
Welcome back to First Take. We're coming to you live from above the Heineken River Deck at Pier 17. Yoo-hoo! While Stephen A. is in L.A., look who's here.
Oh, my. Where is he?
The smartest man on set today, Williams Cain.
Stephen A. I don't understand. Did he not come today?
You showed up. No, he didn't show up
It's
today.
weird, though.
Yeah.
Today he's not here?
No.
Maybe.
No, couldn't make it back in time.
He'll be back on Monday.
Steven!
Or will he?
God, where is he?
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's
My
what
day
I
anyway.
do know,
I'll
Will.
take the chair. Nowhere to be found. Scurried off to L.A. Won't be seen in New York for his accountability today. Won't be seen for the day after a 13-10 victory by the Dallas Cowboys over what many predict to be the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. At least, if not the favorite, in a small group of 4 to win the Super Bowl this year. The New Orleans Saints, New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, and Los Angeles Rams were everybody's contenders. But after seeing what that Dallas Cowboys defense did last night, we are going to have to expand our categories, folks. We're going to have to realize if you can beat the best, you are among the best. The Dallas Cowboys, despite how many times Nuno or Cerruti or Stephen A. or Max laughed at me, no matter how many times people mocked my prediction at the beginning of the season, you have a rough day ahead of you. And I put it out on Twitter last night. I'm going to be insufferable. Dallas Cowboys are contenders. What's up?
You remember where you were when these things happened, and we just saw live on television Stephen A. Smith knocked out for the first time. And Will Cain joins us now.
What?
ESPN.
We got Will Cain.
Yeah, we got Will Cain right here. Will Cain.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? This is amazing.
I was called on to this Lebitard show today like a champion prize fighter because I snatched a man's soul on live television today. It doesn't happen often. But I basically ripped Stephen A.'s heart out and held it up for the crowd. Are you not entertained? Man, what a day. I don't even know. Cerruti, you want to broadcast a little bit? Because I got to catch myself.
Oh, play another clip.
I come out here every day. I deal with that nonsense. The nation deals with this nonsense. And so I walked in like Vince McMahon, like Conor McGregor. I felt like Mike Tyson. I'm going to eat his children today. I mean, this was exactly what I've been waiting for.
Yes. I would probably call that like that's a good sport, right? I'm being a gracious winner there. No?
Have you taken his office yet, or?
I mean, you put your feet up on his desk, and
you're sitting in the office
at what? At what?
Now, Stugotz, right now.
Oh my
right now.
God! No,
I'm getting out of here.
You couldn't even get in here. You couldn't get past the door.
Oh my God!
No,
Will, put your feet up on the desk.
No, you're sitting in his office.
I don't even have my pants on, Stugotz. Forget my feet on the desk. I don't even have my pants on right now.
Oh my God!
Glorious. Look, right now, if you're watching ESPN News, see? I mean, no pants. What are you going to do? That's what you do when you're a champion. Well, or at least when you beat a big-time contender. Dallas Cowboys are contenders. Can we just go around the room really quickly? Yes, Dallas Cowboys are contenders. Cerruti?
I mean, for what? The NFC East?
Get out of here. Nuno? Bubba.
You shot a crow out of the sky, an imaginary crow, and you served it to him for breakfast on his own show while sitting in his own chair with your feet on the desk.
That's right.
I did shoot an imaginary crow out of the sky with an imaginary shotgun. I told you yesterday this is going to be insufferable. I'm sorry, but this is the way it rolls. You give it to me all the time, you got to take it back today. You won't get it for 3 hours, but you're going to get it here and there. Coming up, a little less gloating, maybe a little more game analysis, plus Phillip Rivers versus Ben Roethlisberger and Cerruti's NFL matchup questions of the week. That's Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, nationwide coverage on America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. How about them Cowboys? Woo!
When tracking the domestic dust bunny, you commonly find them hiding under wardrobes next to lost socks. Don't move too suddenly or they'll scurry off. What's utterly fascinating about the dust bunny is that although they are not actually sentient creatures, when they hear that Geico not only saves people money, but also has a 97% customer satisfaction rating, it's obvious to them you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Oh no, It's the dust bunny's only natural predator. Run along, dust bunnies, run along.
This is Will Cain.
Cowboys won the Super Bowl last night. And you know what the silver lining is? You're set up to fail. Right now, y'all are hyped. Y'all are ready to go to the Super Bowl. Ain't y'all? I'm telling you, the fall is coming. You will not win a playoff game.
Boom! What is that?
Win a playoff
What was that? I don't know. There's a bird had to shoot. Oh, it's crow for breakfast. Look at that.
It's true.
I can't watch anymore. I refuse to watch anymore.
Will Cain, I mean, it can be called, though, right, Mike? Will Cain has just defeated Stephen A. Smith in an argument on television.
He slayed the dragon.
That means I hold the belt above my head. That means I'm the face of the company. That might mean I'm the face of sports media. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? It's the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at Progressive.com today. I am having fun with you. I'm gloating. It's true. I'm insufferable. I know. I'm many things. But among them, I'm self-aware. So I got to tell you, I understand what I'm saying when I tell you the Dallas Cowboys are contenders. And you'll forgive me if I've suffered through laughter and mockery for months. That I have had my playoff predictions, my Super Bowl predictions, dug down into the ditch and buried over with dirt. There's been funerals that I've participated in. And it turns out that I was a little too quick, well, honestly, to judge myself. I'm much better, it turns out, than even I knew. My predictions are better than even I was ready to recognize. So you'll be forgiven for not understanding, just like I wasn't, that what I'm actually saying to you on these airwaves is unique pearls of wisdom. We're all in this together. We're all trying to keep up with what I'm saying, including me. But it turns out the Dallas Cowboys are contenders. Now, Cerruti, you did ask me this. I think you began last night, and you even asked me this today. Do you really believe, Will, they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl? Was that your question to me?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a nice win, and clearly they, for one night, put together an amazing game plan. But I look at the NFC, and they're going to have to probably play in a wild card game, so they're going to have to probably play maybe the Vikings right now. Then that means they're going to have to go to L.A., and if they win that, they're going to have to go to New Orleans.
All right, so what you're saying is...
I don't see that happening. I don't see them winning those games.
You're saying the performance that you watched last night was impressive and eye-opening, but you don't know that the team like the Cowboys can do it 3 times in a row. That's what you're suggesting to me.
Correct.
Well, I am not here to tell you that if you're starting from scratch today, you have to pick the Cowboys as your Super Bowl favorite. But what I am telling you is you must include them now in consideration for contenders. Because as much as anything, what was revealed last night, what died a slow death last night was 2 things. Well, one, Stephen A's bloviating and ego. But on the second hand, perhaps more importantly, was the idea that defense doesn't win championships anymore, was the idea that these offensive powerhouses like the Saints, Chiefs, and Rams can't be kept up with. What we learned last night is the same thing we learned in The Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger told us in The Predator, if it bleeds, it can be killed. The Dallas Cowboys made the New Orleans Saints bleed. And in fact, for one night, killed them. And that ought to tell you, before you just usher in the Rams or the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to look at teams like the Cowboys and the Bears and, I don't know, the Texans and say, do they play defense like that? Because if they do, maybe we have found that there is a flaw. Maybe we found that Drago's not a machine. He's a man. And maybe the fact that 3 of your 4 championship teams last year, NFC and AFC championship teams, were built on running and defense should be remembered, not forgotten 1 year later. Destry from Louisiana. What's up, Destry?
Well, hey, I just want to say I eat my crow this morning. All of us Who Dat Nation, we all ate it.
Hold on, Destry. Hold on. Boom! Sorry. Just shooting them out of the sky here for you. I don't want you to run out of crow. Boom! Over there. Got my shotgun out. I'm just taking crow down left and right for you guys.
It hurt. But, hey, they got a news feed going around about a Cowboys coach on the sideline. Maybe he wasn't a coach, but he's got Cowboys gear on, a headset, and he's holding an iPhone. And I thought, wait, it might be Photoshop. There's no way this could be real. But I recorded the game. So that's shit myself, I went back and rewatched the tape. And guess what, Will? There's a sketchy Cowboys coach, whatever he was on the sideline with an iPhone right behind Sean Payton.
Whoa.
It's clearly you can see it on TV.
Whoa.
And I don't know what's going on.
Destry.
Our city is booming with questions.
Destry, you're telling me not just you, but the city of New Orleans right now is crying conspiracy? You're saying a Cowboys spy was on the sidelines with his eyes over the shoulder of Sean Payton, putting messages out over his cell phone?
We don't know what it is. We just want answers. We want to know who this guy is.
Get out. Come on, Destry. Man, it's pitiful. You got beat.
We got beat. We straight up. Fair and square, we got beat. Both not believing it on the refs. It wasn't the refs' fault. We should have played way better. We only scored 2 points.
Really,
so
3. Destry, really,
points.
you scored 3, right? Honestly, because 7 the ref gave you.
No, the ref did blow that call. That's what I'm saying. That call was on both sides of the game. That's why we can't say, hey, that's the ref's fault. We're not like that.
Let me tell you, I don't know about this conspiracy.
Who was this guy?
Oh, get out of here. Who was the guy on the grassy knoll? Who was the guy behind Sean Payton? Thanks for the call, Destry. Who, by the way, Sean Payton didn't even realize, apparently, right? How close is he? Bubba, you seen this. You said something about it. How close is this guy to Sean Payton in the video?
I mean, yeah, the picture I looked on Nuno's screen, it was basically as though someone was standing as close as Nuno and I are right now.
And Sean Payton.
There's a guy there is a guy with a Cowboys shirt on, but he's literally standing right next to Sean Payton. So I'm pretty sure Sean Payton is aware of who the person is that's standing next to him. And
what are you doing, Nuno? If you're watching ESPN News, are you doing performance art? Are you showing us what it is? You're over his shoulder with the cell phone? And you don't think
literally
Sean Payton,
close, yeah,
Sean Payton wouldn't turn around and go, what are you doing? After 3 or 4 quarters. So stupid. The defense is so good. It's so good. All right. Let's do you have time for this, Rudy, or not? How many NFL matchup questions of the week do you have for us?
I have 3, but we're not doing it now. You took too long.
All right.
Wrap it up.
A little too much gloating. All right, I tell you what, I want to wrap it up because you know what I'm going to do next?
Ted in here.
There is one other guy who's not a Cowboy fan who's about as pumped up as I am about this. I'm serious. He got on Twitter. He's been on ESPN today, and he is jacked because he realizes something. Defense is back. I want to ask Teddy Bruschi this. If you lined up the NFL, and I'll give you 5 to 10 teams. In fact, I'm going to formalize it. I'm going to give you 5 to 10 teams, and I'm going to say, who has the best linebacking duo in the NFL? Is it not Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith? Next on the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
He's going to punch the New Orleans offensive lineman in the mouth.
Big win, tremendous defense tonight.
Breeze back, pressure, the ball's intercepted. Jordan Lewis intercepted Drew Brees.
105.3 The Fan.
How about you, Jordan Lewis?
I mean, when the defense plays like that, incredible game by them against a great offense.
These are the Cowboys. What can go wrong usually does go wrong, and I'm banking that something like that will happen.
Boy, and Tank Lawrence did just what he promised, and he's the guy that stepped up on 4th and 1. So Tank delivered. The Dallas defense delivered. And maybe the philosophy of defense in a running game also delivered in the NFL.